I've been teaching first grade for 29 years. I've been teaching totally for 35. It always seems like it couldn't possibly be that long. But sometimes I have kids of kids, so then you know, okay, it's been a while. It's kind of cool because like last year I had a girl and a boy whose mothers I had. And they both requested me because they remembered first grade was fun and learned a lot, so they wanted their child to have me. I think in small towns, families tend to stay more. You know, they're not so migrant or we're not moving, so we have a lot of repeat families. Some parents have requested me for that reason, saying, okay, you're never sitting still. It's never going to be the kid's bored because they're not doing anything. It's always click, click, and move on to the next thing. And so I've got requests for parents that way. My funniest request was a parent said, do you know why we requested you? No, we wanted somebody that talked fast. Okay, well, I'm glad I could talk fast so I could hear kids teaching. We do a lot of where the kids write, and I type up their stories and publish their stories that they write, and the yearbooks that I make at the end of the year. I just think it's a way of capturing some of the high points of their year. Not only what did their writing look like, what did they look like, how did they draw themselves at the beginning of the year, but also these are the high points. This is when we went on the field trip to the apple orchard. This is when this author came in and read to us, and so it just kind of captures a snapshot of the whole year that they can take home and look at and remember. Like on the front's a cover of the whole class, and then I have a picture, the little subsections, and there'll be like a self-portrait from the beginning, first day of school and in June, a picture that I took of them from the beginning of the year and in June, a writing sample from the beginning of the year and in June so they can see growth. There's a whole section where we interviewed each child, and that interview is in there. And then they each wrote a page about themselves, what they liked about first grade, and that's in there. I have a lot of pictures that I took from field trips and special visitors and reading to the kindergartners that I made, that they copied, so they have a black and white copy. And then there's probably 10 pages of color pictures that I put in there for each child that I took of them. So they're pretty geeked when they get it because it's like all about them. I have had kids that'll tell me later that the parents will say they kept it for years and years. They'll look back at it and see this is what my writing looked like back then, and these were my friends, and that kind of thing. First month of school, we do a student of the day where we interview them and find all about the child. And then once we've interviewed everybody, then we do a star of the week. And when they're star of the week, we put that same interview back up again. They bring in pictures every day that we put up on the door about themselves. And when I take them to Phil's, we're probably only there 20 minutes by the time we order ahead of time, drive there. But it's just me and them talking. It's a locally owned pizzeria. They have other things. The family's originally from Sicily. They moved to New York, had a pizza restaurant there, opened this one for 30 years ago in Middleville. And your talkative ones, it's a piece of cake because they're just talking. Some of your quieter ones is kind of a cool way to get things out of them that you might not have known otherwise because they don't talk that much in the classroom time. Obviously, a lot of kids go out all the time with their mom or dad or grandpa or grandma, but this is their teacher actually out in public taking them somewhere by themselves because normally they don't think you do normal things. I just started doing it. It was fun, so I kept doing it. And the kids really remember it. That's what they remember years and years later. That, oh yeah, remember when you took us to that restaurant? Remember when you took us to Phil's? So our school system had an incentive to retire, and there were 7 of us that qualified. And the superintendent was actually calling me and da-da-da. And I thought about it. And I really thought about it. I went home 2 nights. It's worth it. I'm going to do it. And both nights I cried. It's like, okay, I'm not ready. My husband retired. My husband's older, and he retired a year younger than I am, and he regretted it. He said I shouldn't have, so I'm not, so 2 more years anyway. But I think obviously most of us aren't gonna be rocket scientists or the president or something that's, that you're gonna see that everybody's gonna know who you are. But most of us are striving to make the world better. I'm really very humble about it. I don't think it's me. Obviously all teachers put in tons of time and tons of effort to reach kids and help them reach their potential. Not that I'm ever think I'm making a huge difference in the world. You're making a little difference in a little puddle there, but it's still a difference.
I'm Jim Peck. Thanks for being with us. And remember, Spartans will.